Good morning, Maine. Big vote coming up. It should be next Tuesday. I think that's the normal voting day. Talking about Medicaid expansion, the vote for number 2. So the proponents don't care that it costs a fortune. That doesn't matter to the left at all. Math isn't a real thing. The idea that it's corporate welfare and it puffs up, the hospital industrial complex, and it allows doctors to buy their third boat while you still will never, ever actually be able to afford health care. We'll just let the government take care of it because, healthcare is a right, so everybody that makes money off it should just make a ton of money off it, right? Look, the reality is that it's socialized medicine, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with socialized medicine, but I'm a veteran. I deal with the VA. VA care is good, but it's not great. Hospital care is great. My private doctor care is great. But when you go in to the VA and something simple as poison ivy, the first trip through is all right, so long as the physician's assistant, because you're never actually going to see a doctor in the hospital, they're too busy to give you an actual doctor for something minor, even though you may have an allergic reaction that's systemic in nature and you will die if you get certain things, such as poison ivy. That all doesn't matter. You will get a physician's assistant. That physician's assistant may give you cream or whatever they're going to do. But if that doesn't work and you need to go back the next day because whatever your problem is getting worse, the socialized system is going to say, no, the algorithm says you already saw us yesterday, so you're going to get pushed down below emergency status every single time somebody with a new emergency status comes in, because this is how rationed healthcare works. At the end of the day, you may have been in the hospital for 10, 12, or 15 hours, or you can get booted to the next day, which has happened to me specifically. So I don't want to hear that it doesn't happen. It happened. Okay, I got pushed back 8 hours until the point where I had to come in the next day to come into the hospital. This is the hospital. The second part is if you need to make a primary care appointment at your socialized doctor, you do not just get to make an appointment with your doctor. You call up the VA and you say, hey, well, you call up your socialized provider and you say, hey, I would like to see a doctor now. And they say, well, you saw one in April and it's November. You're not due until next April and we will schedule your appointment. Doesn't matter if you have new issues, doesn't matter if you have something broken in your body that's non-emergency in nature. You will not be seeing a doctor until the scheduled time that the socialized system allows you to see your doctor. And this is just the experiences we have here at the VA of Maine. There are a lot more problems in other VAs or other places where they have socialized systems. So while you can decry that healthcare is a right, what is the lack of healthcare? What is the inability to get healthcare called? I believe it's called a death sentence to a lot of people. So you can vote yes on 2 if you want, and you can tell half of Maine that they don't deserve real healthcare, and that if they get sick, they should just wait, hope they can make it, or die. Because that's really what you're saying with a yes on 2 vote. Because maybe you don't believe in math, and maybe you don't understand the idea of what corporate welfare really is. But at least you can understand that you're killing your neighbor directly by telling them they don't deserve good health care. Congratulations. The rest of us are going to vote no on number 2. Thank you. This is Richard Light, the Maine Libertarian gubernatorial candidate for 2018, hoping that you will stay tuned for more of our wonderful, wonderful citizens initiatives. Thank you.